right, guys, welcome back to another Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. It is a new year, January 10th, Monday. Let's just get it going right out the gate. We got all sorts of stuff to talk about. We are not going to slow down. We are going to hit this year even harder than we did the last one. Big things coming up. Stay tuned. We have some exciting stuff that we will be announcing soon. Getting there, but not yet. So hang in there. On that note, my friend, welcome back to the show. Good to see you. If you wouldn't mind, introduce yourself to the ones that don't know you and let them know what you're here for, my brother.
David Crook, run the Victoria Bad News Chairs. It's a local adapted sports team here in Victoria, in the Crossroads.
Got it. Now, for somebody that's maybe not paying attention or doesn't understand terminology and all that good stuff, what is adaptive sports? Tell me a little bit about that.
So adapted sports is pretty much we can take any sport, if being at basketball or if it take track and field, if normal able-bodied, meaning someone with no injuries, no disabilities, they play track, field, basketball. And then for people with an impairment, we adapt it to them. So it could be track, meaning they run with either a prosthetic if they're an amputee. They could be in a wheelchair racer with this adapted wheelchair. Could be field where they're throwing, either they throw with a prosthetic on their leg and they throw standing, or they throw from a seated position. Or wheelchair basketball, where we play a regular basketball game, just it's in a wheelchair.
Is this something that you got into while you were still in the services, or is this something once you got out that you kind of transitioned into?
So I got into not wheelchair, but adapted sports after I got injured when I was deployed. When I was going through the recovery at Fort Sam, they had us do adapted sports for our physical for our working out, our form of PT, so they had us do adapted sports. So that's when I got into it. And then ever since I got out and I came back and just kept doing it here with the Bad News Chairs. And
from my understanding of this is, these are salty dudes that if you think you're going to go up and just make some easy layup on them, you got something else coming for you. I heard that, I know we plan in the future doing a Meet Victoria episode, and I've been warned that I've got a butt kicking coming my way when I go out there and try to play with these guys.
Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. It is physical. There is chair flipping and things like that. It's not intentional. People don't try to flip people over, but it does happen. Like with any other sport, there is, if a foul's a foul, and you can end up on the ground.
No, I got it, man. I see it coming. I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous, because I have a feeling I'm about to get whooped when we do that, but it'll be fun. So tell me a little bit about these winter games that we got coming up here on the 15th and 16th. Walk me through this and give me all the good intel on it.
So the city approached me about helping out with the wheelchair basketball tournament. Originally, they wanted to do a softball tournament. I talked to them about, let's do basketball because of it's basketball season. I was like, it'd be a little hard to get softball players in January when it's basketball. So we switched to wheelchair basketball, and as of right now, we have 5 teams. We might be getting a couple more because there was another tournament that was just recently canceled. So we might be picking up some more teams. So we have 5 teams, 3 from Texas and 2 from out of state, 1 from New Orleans, 1 from Mississippi.
Nice.
So far. And hey, if we can get a couple more teams, more the merrier. They'll be out-of-state teams, and it'll just even better for our first time hosting a wheelchair basketball tournament here in the Crossroads.
So for people, like you said, it's the first one that you've had here. What can people expect, that have never been to one of these? Kind of what, just a whole lot of action and some good games?
It's a pretty high-level game pace. It's not you're not watching like a super slow pace thing. It's basketball, so it's...
You're still athletes going at it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a sanctioned tournament. It's a D3 tournament. But these guys everyone's competing. The more wins you get, that gets your bid into making it into nationals for wheelchair basketball at the end of the year, or the end of the season.
Well, so we got the TAAF Winter Games Wheelchair Basketball January 15th and 16th at East High School. Tip-off is at 9 a.m. What do you guys need for support right now? Do you just need people to come out and watch the games?
Yeah, people come out and watch the games. If anyone wants to come out and volunteer, they want to run the scoreboard or run books, that's more than welcome to take the help.
Can always use the help, huh?
Yeah.
Good deal. You can tell them I'm going to come run the scoreboard on them when we have our Meet Victoria episode, too.
There you go.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't tell them.
You
I'm
can
not trying. Yeah,
I will block you.
Yeah, I've got to go play the women's Jaguars soccer team, too, in one of our episodes. And I've started the trash talk against them, too, because they don't know what they have coming yet. And
Yeah.
so they should be afraid of me.
It's okay. I'll put you in the low chair so you can't shoot over people.
Yeah. No, trust me. I make jokes only because I know what's coming. But anything I'm forgetting that we need to tell them? Can they buy their tickets in advance? Get them at the door.
It's free.
Even better. All right.
Concessions will be open with the high school. So if you want to get drinks, popcorn, things like that, then they'll go to help out the boosters there at the high school. But yeah, it's free. We'll have 2 courts running, so 2 games are be going at a time. You can pick and match which ones you want. And so Saturday we'll pretty much be there all day, and then Sunday we'll be tip off again in the 9 a.m. and then we're hoping to probably be done around noonish, so our out-of-state teams can hit the road and get home.
Makes sense. So where can people find this information that they want to, obviously besides this amazing show, where can they go to find these, all this good stuff? On
Facebook, we have the Victoria Bad News Chairs page. You can go on, and I've posted it on there in Facebook. Or if they have any questions, if they want to help out, or if they just have a question of how to get there, or if they ever want to come out and try practice, they can call me or text me with my cell phone.
830-688-0500?
Yes, sir.
Outstanding. Well, brother, thank you for coming on. Thanks for what you do, and thanks for getting these games going here. I think this is going to be awesome, and I look forward to our episode down the road of Meet Victoria, and this will be a lot of fun. Anything I'm forgetting?
I don't think so.
Good. Well, thanks for coming on. Guys, we will take a quick word from our sponsor and be right back with the next guest.
Since 1932, Wallach & Volk has been closing mortgages and doing it the right way. The reason why the Volks opened up a bank at the height of the Great Depression was because the bank needed to be opened at the height of the Great Depression. And it was good for the community at that time. A lot of the banks were going under. In order to keep that community sound and stable, it was something that they did. I think that says something about who Wallach & Volk was 85 years ago. And the only way you get to continue to do it is if you consistently do it great. And we plan on doing this for another 85 years.
You've seen her on the show before. We are excited to have her back on. Miss Carissa Winters, thank you for coming back on and joining us here. You've got quite a few events coming up and several things happening. But before we get into all the individual events, I want to one more time kind of talk about the big umbrella under which they all fall with Innovation Collective here. So if you wouldn't mind rewinding, tell them who you are one more time. I get all excited here, like I'm ready to go.
No worries, I'm ready.
It's that
I'm
new
ready.
Year, new me, like let's go super fast, all that stuff. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So if you wouldn't mind, one more time, let them know who you are, and then tell them all about Innovation Collective.
It can be a tongue twister, I know.
I'm going to work on it. It's a great name. I just suck at saying it. So but we will get better at that. So anyway, I'm going to steal your thunder here. Tell them all about yourself and this wonderful thing you guys got going.
Yes, for sure. So new year, new me, whole thing, no better time than to check out Innovation Collective. We have so many programs that we are offering right now. And thanks to our success team and UHV, it's all free to you guys. Like, that's how much they believe in you and believe in our community. We have a book club. This book is The Purple Cow. It's great entrepreneurial stuff that really will be a lifelong information that you take with you and you can use in your life. And this book is included with the book club, free, no cost to you. And we also have IC Studio that we're offering here. And so it's one of our pathways, and that's also the book club as well. It's a pathway to help people kind of focus in on what do they want to do, who they really are, and what are their dreams and hopes and visions and all of these wonderful things. And so with the IC Studio, we have a group of mentors, and that's virtual, and I'll also be doing some things in person. So it's very accessible to anybody, and to have all of these great people that are willing to sit and mentor your idea and help it grow and shape it, it's really amazing, and it's for any step of the process you're at. So that's also free. So we offer all of these great tools, and we have other pathways as well that we're going to be starting in Victoria, but these are the two that we're launching with. So it's just really a great opportunity for our community, people in the community. It's open to everybody. And so just make sure to check out Innovation Collective, and just contact me if you have any more questions. But it's a great way to have a pathway to meet people in the community as well. So it's not just about building things, it's also about building relationships, so that's what's so great about it. So innovation is, like I said the last time, it's about, yes, kind of a think tank and we're getting ideas funded, but if we back up a little bit, the first step is getting in the community and creating that connection, meeting people in the community that you otherwise might not, and hearing people's stories. The event coming up, Fireside Chat, that's what it's about. It's getting local people that have done things in the community that we may think we know their story, or, oh, they were just a success overnight, but it's really information, those little nuggets of knowledge that you learn and you say, well, you know what, I could do that too. Or if you're a business owner and you're like, oh, I'm going through that too, and then you can reach out to these people and kind of learn how they got through the process. And so it's a way for us to better ourselves, new year, new you, right? And to grow. And I believe having a growth mindset, that's where the biggest change in yourself comes before the working out, all of this stuff. It's changing your mindset to become better. So it's just a pathway, that we have. And our kickoff party is the other event that we have coming up as well. And that's not just for people that are in the book club or IC studio. It's really for anyone who wants to come out, learn more about innovation, meet some cool new people in the community, and people who've been here forever. It's for everybody. So it's just exciting, all the events and things that we have coming up. I'm so pumped.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you should be, because there's so many different layers to this to me that I just think are exceptional, because it seems to me like, I know when I was starting my business, you get so hyper-focused in on, this is my whole life here, and I have to be successful, I have to do this, nobody understands what I'm going through, I'm trying to start to, and you almost put yourself in a bubble, and oftentimes, by just stepping out of that bubble, what I like about this Innovation Collective is it's like a iron sharpens iron type deal. And,
very much
and
so.
you get to sit with people from all different walks of life, but everybody has pure intentions on helping and lifting each other up. And instead of throwing rocks at each other and everybody talking smack on each other, it's like, hey, what can I do to help you? And there's been, I think the timing on this is just awesome, because I felt that shift in Victoria over the last 6 months to a year, where it seems like walls have come down between people, and groups that are normally, would never work together, or not that they didn't like each other, they just never would have crossed paths. And now everybody's kind of just, locking arms and saying, hey, what can we do to help you guys? And I feel the community shifting towards that. And
very much so.
And I'm happy that people are embracing that instead of rejecting it. And it feels like at a time when a lot of the world is breaking apart, it almost feels like Victoria is finding a way to unite, which I think is really cool. And if our, because small business is Victoria, and those are our community members, and if you can help the 18, 19-year-old that's thinking about an idea or business, or help somebody like me that's already been in this for 10 years or 15 years, and I just run out of some ideas or some, you got great people in this thing. Bill's awesome. I know David Murphy.
Our whole success team.
I could just start naming them, and those are people you want to listen to. I mean, David Murphy's one of the smart. I mean, that guy's figured it out here, and he's figured it out through doing the right things, and he's figured it out through being part of the community, and so.
And that's a big thing. Victoria, our community, I try to explain it to people, and outsiders may not understand, but people who are here, they get it. We have something really special, and to tap into that, it's so great. And I think the shift you've been seeing is people used to somewhat more have a lack mindset or scarcity mindset, because having a small business can be scary, and you're like, I need it all, and I need to do this by myself, and and then once you have an abundance mindset, you realize, you know what? I am going to get advice from you. You know, even a competitor, because if you work together,
do you want to go do something together?
Yes, do something together.
Some businesses and go serve the community.
And they have a lot of these roundtables where people in different businesses, they get together and they bounce around ideas, or they have these virtual groups now, because people have learned that you're better together. And when you work, if you're struggling with a problem of something in your business, if you could reach out to someone as a mentor and say, hey, and they're like, don't worry, I went through that same thing, or wait, I know someone who went through that, then it can give you some feedback and you can take what you need from that and utilize it. So I think that's so important for people. And in our community, like you said, it's just this whole shift in energy, and it's been really, really amazing to see and be part of.
Well, I know when I was starting my real estate company, Carrie Hendricks, she was a little while ahead of me in her career, and she had just done some of the things I did, and she called me up and she offered me some advice that just really helped me in starting a new business. And she didn't have to do that, you know, and in fact, she was creating a competitor, really, if you think about it, you know, and yet she still helped me. And I've tried to, as a new broker, help up-and-coming agents in that same way of being selfless. And I think that this whole thing of, this just is taking that to another level, and I think it's a great idea. And we're running out of time, so real quick, if you wouldn't mind, give me the events that you have and the dates one more time. I know we can go. Where can we find all this stuff?
So you can find it on our Facebook page, Innovation Victoria. So it's Innovation Collective Victoria.
And it's a group right now, just so people understand.
Yes, it's a group right now.
Possibly made something else, but right now it is. They're in the right place.
You're in the right place. Innovation Collective Victoria, as well as our website, innovationcollective.co. And you can reach out to me, Carissa Winters, as well. And so our events that we have January 10th at Moonshine. Come get a drink on us. Come enjoy, mingle, meet people in the community. If you're in the book club and you've signed up, if you haven't yet, sign up, and you'll get to pick up your book there. It's going to be at 6 to 8 p.m. on January 10th, and that's at Moonshine. Then we also have our, fireside chat. Don Poor, he's an amazing guy. You've just got to check him out. I mean, he's done so much. It's very impressive. He is going to be our speaker at the Fireside Chat, and that's going to be January 18th, and that's going to be at 6 p.m. So come out. Once again, we're going to have like drinks, mingling. There's going to be a time to network before the event and after the event. So we'd love to see everyone out there. And just to touch really quick before we wrap up on what you said earlier about her reaching out to you, the whole thing about this too is, what a better legacy to leave. Right? You're now talking about her and how she affected you. I feel for me, that's what life is about, is that human connection and leaving that as a legacy of how you give this to people. There's really nothing better.
You touch a lot more hearts that way than you do on building your own wall sometimes.
Very much.
And so I agree. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
It's always good to see you. Yes, ma'am. Guys, we will take a quick break, and I've got a really, really, really special guest coming up. So we'll be right back. We are back, and I have got a very, 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 very special guest in the house. And she has been overly talkative. I can't get her to be quiet, so we can do this. But she finally, luckily, right before we started, quieted down so we could get this going. But on that, so we brought with her the crew because I want everybody to know what's going on here, because all jokes aside, she's very special to me. This family is very special to me. They have been good to me since I moved to this town. I'm fans of her husband. He's always been good to me as well. He's served this community in a law enforcement capacity and does a great job. And so I would like, if you wouldn't mind, to please introduce yourselves and then let them know why we're here for Miss Sarah here that just won't stop talking.
I'll go first. I'm Jackie Winstead. I'm part of the benefit crew. And this is Mama.
I'm Aimee Simons. I am Sarah's mom. And this is Sarah, or Supergirl Sarah.
Supergirl Sarah, and I do like the Supergirl. Yes. I'm a little bit biased to the super stuff, and as you can tell, like, we can barely get her to get quiet to talk about all this. But If you wouldn't mind, please tell us a little bit about her story and kind of what brings us together and why we're here.
So we'll just go real quick because
Yes,
it's long.
ma'am.
But
Yes, ma'am.
when Sarah was born, she went into respiratory distress, and they barely brought her around. And then from that point, she got sick all the time. I mean, hospitalized multiple times for just breathing issues and ear infections, odd things that a kid shouldn't, be hospitalized for. When she was 4, she stopped eating and had joint pain and fever, and they said, oh, it's probably just a growth spurt, you're good to go. And then it was July, I remember the day, and she came and said, I have this rash, and she had all these weird bullseye rash, and we took her in because I'm a nurse, I'm from Michigan, and we knew it was Lyme disease, and she tested positive for that. But after the treatment, she just didn't respond, she didn't recover, and she got sick. So we went to Texas Children's, and they'd sent her for a full cancer workup. They thought for sure it was leukemia, and that came out negative, and then it was just specialist to specialist. They couldn't figure out what's wrong with Sarah, just hospitalized and sick. And we have 4 kids, so if one of them got sick, Sarah would have it 2 times worse and 4 times longer. And we just couldn't figure it out. So for 3 years, she has over 13 different specialists. She got COVID last November, and she coded, and we almost lost her. But through that, we finally got the diagnosis of she has primary adrenal insufficiency. It's a big word, but basically it means her adrenal glands, which are parked on your kidneys, don't produce cortisol. So if you get in a car wreck or you're sick or anything, your body sends out cortisol. It's like a steroid, and she doesn't do that. So she has to take supplements for that. She has an immunodeficiency, so she can't fight infections. But then she also has severe persistent asthma, which just means the meds they give her for her asthma don't really work. So she has to go monthly for infusions at Texas Children's to just increase her lung function. So she just...
There's a lot to unpack there, and most of that sounds like it would be just terrible for a grown-up, for an adult, for somebody that's older to go through, much less a little one like this. And so I've noticed over the post and over watching over the I've been inspired by just how strong she is and all of this, because I catch a cold, and first off, cold, a man catches a cold, it's a lot more serious than what you guys get, but I know how bad I go down and stuff like that, and I can't even imagine going through this for years and the struggle and the toll that it takes on the whole family and everybody, but especially Miss Sarah. And so you guys have a benefit that you're working on to come up to help her out here. Would you mind sharing with that and how we can be a part of it and support you guys?
Yes. So first off, we still have shirts available. They're $20 for small through extra large, and 2XL are $22. You can buy these on the page Supergirl Sarah's Fight, and we can PayPal, Venmo, we can ship them, whatever. So we still have shirts left. We're selling barbecue tickets for $10 a plate. You get chicken, green beans, potato salad, and the fixings. And so all of this is January 15th at Martin Lutheran Church in Coletoville. Out on 59 in Raisin. So that is January 15th from 4 to 9, and we're going to have a live and silent auction. So the plates start, we're saying 4 to 9. So to-go plates start at 4, dine-in starts at 5.
Sorry, she was messing with me. I was listening, but Sarah kept poking me over here with the pen.
The auction, we're going to start about 6:30, so come out and support this wonderful family. I want to give a couple of shout outs. We want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everyone that has donated this far. Also, S&J Catering for catering the meal for us and donating their time. And wanted to thank Sills Sweets and Treats for the bakery, the baked goods,
you
bake
got her
sale.
to make stuff for it?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are winning on that one. Yeah,
So then she has
good.
3 other partners going to help her.
Yeah, I'm a fan of her cooking. Yeah, you guys did well there. Yep.
And also, Jennifer Heibel is putting this on, Pam Edge, Joanna Janice, and myself. And Aimee.
And Lisa Rodriguez.
Sorry, Lisa. And, but we
No, again, and you guys have a Facebook page that is following all of this that people can join and follow along. Would you mind sharing what that is?
So we started the page for her, for my family, because I'm from Michigan, when she got sick, just kind of for updates. And then when she got COVID, and we just had people all around the world praying for her. I mean, Australia to Afghanistan, just everywhere. And it's just grown, and we still update, but the benefit info is posted in there. So Jen has been posting all the benefit stuff, and then you'll see that.
But it's at Supergirl Sarah's Fight. Yes. That's her page. And
you've been fighting pretty awesome. And
yes.
We got to work on quieting you down a little bit, but other than how much you talk, you've been doing good everywhere else.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to donate, nothing is too small or too big. We will take anything. You can give myself a call, Jackie Winstead, at 361-701-1438, and I can go by and pick it up. So this is January 15th, so it's just right around the corner for us.
Yeah, it's coming right up. Miss Sarah, is there anything, I know you're just going to run away and we're going to have to quiet you down here, but is there anything you want to say before we get going? Did we decide if we like kolaches or tacos better? Uh-oh, we got some secret. You want to tell me? You got to tell the secrets. No? Well, that's all right. You're still doing awesome, and I thank you so much for the shirt. Again, guys, this is Supergirl Sarah Fight Benefit. She's inspiring. Besides how much she talks, you'll have to work through that. But thank you for being so heroic, and the way you handle things. It really inspires us, and you've been super tough, and we thank you for it. Make sure you support them. Guys, they could use the help. They've been there in the community. Like I said, from the time I moved to this town, however many years ago, they've always been in my corner. They've always supported me. They've always supported everything I've ever tried to do. Her husband's always been a really solid, good guy to me. And so I just want the community to return the favor and let them know that we are thinking about them and thinking about Miss Sarah. And so one more time, it is January 15th at Martin Lutheran Church, 2535 Coletoville, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Auction starts at 6 p.m. Anything I'm forgetting?
No, sounds
No?
good.
What about you? Did we decide kolaches or tacos?
Which one?
Kolaches? All right. I kind of was leaning toward tacos, but we'll have to duke it out when nobody's in here. Anything else, young lady? Anything I'm forgetting? You want to tell them bye and we'll see them next week?
See you next week. Thank you.
All right, guys. We will see you next week. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for tuning in to Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. Make sure you comment down below, like the post, share the post. It really helps the algorithms. If you haven't done so already, make sure you follow our page. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any episodes. And if you have an event coming on you want featured on Victoria Events, shoot us a message. We'd love to help you get the word out there. Lastly, make sure you support our sponsors. We could not do this show without them, so we're very grateful. Thanks so much, Victoria, and we'll see you at the next one.